Hungry, sleepy, angry.
Jan. Oh no, Jan. We'll see. Let's go. Let's go, Jan. Pick a right plan. Oh no, yo. Oh, you hear that reaction? That is everything.
Hungry, sleepy, angry.
Keep fighting, Jan. Good luck. Jan still survive. Queen c5, bishop c5. The question is what is coming next. Anyway, many choices for black. Yeah, I know that is the next move, but let's see now what is possible. Can Jan find the unexpected rook d1 move, which give him some chances? It's coming, it's coming. Yeah, I choose for that. And yes, rook d1. So knight f3. Can start with Catalan opening. The knight controls the central squares d4, e5, and very fast approach with a small castle. The best and fastest ideas at the beginning. Probably this will be surprise for Jan. Anyway, yeah, bishop g2, just normal move. Now we have 2 or 3 different ways to develop our pieces as black. So some stoneable structure like c6 and d5, future control over the center. Maybe that structure doesn't work in this position against white pieces, but probably Jan will keep forward with short castle and c4 and trying to make any progress on queen side. Yeah, as I said, d5 is a casual move, standard move for the stone wall Dutch defense. Basically, this is really stable position for white, and this c4 gambit idea from Queen's Gambit standard story, it's really poisoned, and do not take that pawn because of attack after knight e5 and opening the longest diagonal for our sniper from g2. That gives big compensation for white and very active play in the future. This knight c3, actually I will recommend for this, of course Jan cannot hear me, but short castle earlier. I think it's better way to develop your pieces, because many different ways as b3 or knight bd2 or some ideas a4 a5 could be also activated if you have short castle earlier. Anyway, you need to go on the short side, so do that soon as possible. Probably in many situations even fourth move. Small castle is the best way to finish your development, and then let's start fight on the queen side.
Okay, hello, this is Jan for the first time in the game, and so far it kind of went well, I think. So what I think we're playing is a Reti King's Indian attack, the Catalan thing with the pawn to c4, and it's against the beloved Dutch defense, and I believe this is a stonewall thing or something. So you see, I have no real clue about it. So far I think I survived the opening, no major mistakes. And now, of course, I'm again already out of book and have to think about the normal opening rules, like develop your pieces, fight for the center, castling, and so on. So now I would like to do something with the bishop to get it out, and then probably short castling. So maybe g5 with the bishop, although I also would like to put it somehow on a3. That's why I don't like to close the a3 f8 diagonal by putting the pawn on c5. So we'll see. Okay, that's it for now.
Jan shared his thoughts with us, and still he is not thinking about short castle, or I'll develop bishop and then I'll push my pawn, or do many activities before castle. Basically, early castle is very important, and that is one paradoxal, but that is aggressive move, because you can start some fight very fast immediately. Just take the pawn on d5 or push the c5, c5, b4, b5, and usually you are ready when you have castle. So instead of any progress with dark square bishop, which can be good on f4, g5, d2, or maybe he said on a3, f8 diagonal with after b3. So yeah, finally Yang decide to make a castle. Castle is very important in this type of position. Even black, even if he starts some pawn storm on the king side with some h6 or g5, some crazy ideas, probably the king on g1 will survive and he's really safe. The short castle, and now Yang can start his activities on the queen side. And now that is the question, how to make any progress, what to do. Usually the tactical structure after bishop f4 is okay. For white, bishop f4, gf4, the double pawns are not problem, because you have control over the e5 square, and you can support your pawns with e3 move. The other way to make any progress is something like rook b1, b4, and b5, but first question is what about c4 pawn? Yeah, many choices. We'll see how will Jan continue this interesting position. I will enjoy anyway. Oh, Jan still thinking about his next move. Yeah, these moves, next few moves are crucial and very important for white is to pick a good plan, active plan. Pinning the knight. Usually this type of moves is telephone the opponent what are you doing next. After h6 probably, and is ready to take
Hello,
on
Barland
f6.
and everyone in chat. This is Jan again, and for me, this was expected that he plays h6. Probably followed someone with king h7, and then we have some kind of king's Indian defense, I think. Although I have no clue what it is. I just know maybe that it is with the king there. As Kostya plays that, Kostya is one of the senseis from the chess dojo. So I think one of his specialties is that king's Indian defense. And yeah, now we see. As I said, my original plan was bringing the bishop to a3, and I can probably do this when I bring the rook to b1, then pawn b4. No, oh, well, we have to wait a little until I have that together. So we'll see. I know sometimes queen b3 now is nice, but still, I have no clue what's happening here, so I have to take time and calculate and then surprise you, hopefully in a good way, what's happening. Okay.
Yeah, Jan shared his thoughts. We'll see what's gonna be next. And yeah, bishop d7. Bishop d7 is actually a really good move for black, and the main idea is to transfer the bishop from on e8 and later to end up on h5 square, get some diagonal and give him some purpose. I don't know what is going on with this bishop g5, bishop c1 young idea. Maybe to provoke that h6, but probably I'll put the bishop on d2 or anyway his idea is to end up with his dark square bishop on a3 square, so inception is really crazy. Every time the idea is really strong from the beginning, and he wants to paint somehow that type of position where he will put the bishop on a3. Probably that is not possible, but we will let him try. And he will try to do that, probably without success, but anyway, he will learn something trying to make that possible. Anyway, he have any other ways to develop the queen side, rook b1 and b4 again, or just to take on d5 and knight d5 ideas, but we'll see what he will choose. Basically, he needs to choose some ideas and follow that. Otherwise, he will late with development, because black is ready to play bishop e8, bishop h5, knight d7, knight e4 with big pressure on the queen side. And for that time, Jan has to make any counterplay on the queen side, opening the longest diagonal h1, a8. We'll see. Jan choose this c5. It's a kind of progress and something forced, attacking the bishop and threatening to put even bigger pressure on the queen side. Yeah, c5 is probably idea to push forward b4, exactly. And as I said, for at the end, black will be much stronger with more space and more chances to make any maneuver with his pieces on the king side. First of all is g5, knight e4, bishop e8, bishop h5, as we mentioned earlier. Follow up with second knight after knight e4, bishop e8, knight d7, knight f6, and the e4 square is under very well controlled by black pieces, multiple times controlled. So white needs to make any counterplay on the queen side, probably through the b file. He needs to open the
Sorry for interrupting. This is Jan again. Somehow I think I decided for a slow approach here. I couldn't make it work getting the bishop on a3 to get an sniper on that diagonal to f8. Now I fear that Balint already said that it's grandpa move, but I think what we have here is not a tactical super fight. It is more like positional slow play. And we'll see what I can do on the queen side here, as I will just leave my castle as it is if nothing real strange happens. So yeah, that's it for now.
with for your thoughts. It is interesting. At the end, you just give up from that bishop c1 a3 and wish to control a3 f8 diagonal. You just realize that is not possible, and yeah, now we have that idea, common idea for the light square bishop, rotation on h5 square, where he can be really danger for the white pieces and white king at all. So that is what it is. White doesn't have many choices, and he needs to keep forward with aggression on the queen side. So probably a4 b5 is logical sequence, and very important type, very important idea in this type of position. When you have this typical structure, knight f3 g3 bishop g2 and short castle, I like to call that house, and that is really safe spot for the white king, and that's the one of the most natural way to develop your king side, and this is the structure where the king is probably safest. A very important fact at this type of position is to hold your pawn on e2 longer as possible. If you push him at one moment, bishop h5 in this case, and even stronger control over the light squares for black. So keep your pawn on e2 longer as it possible, and do not waste the time. For example, this bishop g5 and bishop c1 was one tempo down, unnecessary. As you can see, maybe it was better to go back with the bishop on e3 or d2, just to have control on the first rank. Anyway, a4 and b5 is something what is completely necessary. Even I think black is probably slightly better with more perspective and more chances to attack on the king side. As Jan said, grandpa move. So it's not grandpa move, but it's really slow approach, and especially in this type of position, that's unnecessary. Bishop c1, bishop d2 maneuver, losing few tempis. But anyway, the position is blocked and still very active for both sides. As I said, I think black is probably slightly better because he have a really easy plan for the next few moves. That is bishop h5, knight d7, knight d4, and maybe our opponent can hear. So I need to stop with that. Yeah. Anyway, this is a very logical way, and someone who played that opening like Stonewall longer period knows how to set up his pieces, and this is standard position for black. So choices, questions. What to do next? I believe that Jan will continue with Pawn Storm. Different sports. You have some advantage on specific side. In this case, white is better and more space for maneuvering and progress have on the queen side, and black is better and stronger on the king side. So polarized position with block center, use the space where you are better and where you have more pieces to cooperate. Anyway, it's really tough to find any other plan to if we start to with some attempt like h4 or something to stop the invasion and pawn storm on the king side, that will be probably even worse for white because g5 is coming without any chances to be stopped and without any obstacles. So this position is kind of race, who's gonna be better and faster on specific side and part of the board.
Hello, hello, hello. And here again, I'm unexperienced, so is it bad if I lose my bishop pair? I don't think that I'm going to take the knight on e4, as a pawn on e4 is bugging me, I think. It would also open up for his rook on the f file, so I don't like to take. And so is it that bad if I lose the bishop pair? I don't know. But I believe that's the best way to go. It's now some sort of a lame move, I don't know, but I'm probably going to play b5. And see what happens.
Uh-huh. I'll
Yeah,
start to speak
e5
when
is defended by his knight and bishop. So then originally I thought, of course, knight f3, h4, g6. But that is now taken by the bishop on e8. And so I try to be not impressed by the knight on e4 now and just continue on the queen side. Yes. If I open up with b5, he gets the bishop to a5, having a double attack on the knight, what I also don't like too much. If I take, the queen comes in. But then I could take. Queen is under attack and ring. We'll see. Sorry for babbling around.
and Jan had a question about the bishop pair. In this type of position, bishop pair is not important because the position is really closed and bishop pair is important in some open center position. In this case, black can open that with e5 at some position. So knight d2 is probably just wasted tempi for black, and that knight on e4 is really well spotted. For sure that knight e4 doesn't work because fe4 is very dangerous. So we'll see what will be on choice. Probably, as he said, b5, but we'll see. So just for the, as Jan said, in next 2 or 3
As you
days.
can see, I cannot decide, and I just thought of a general rule. So if you don't see tactics right away, improve your pieces. So what is my worst piece here and how to improve it? I don't know if I'm correct, but I think the worst piece here is my knight on c3, doing basically nothing, and I would somehow like to reroute it to d3. So that would be a2, c1, d3, and that would be a better spot. And of course, I expect him to take the bishop, and I don't know if that's bad, but I'm probably going to play knight a2 now. Why not? Let's go. Time is also a matter by now.
So after long period, unexpected change instead of b5, and probably b5 doesn't work. I like this idea with optimistic rotation, knight a2, c1 and d3. I agree with Jan. That is the perfect square, d3 for the knight, and usually when we have a close center, like in this position, we have a time to make this type of rotation. About this bishop on d2, yeah, the bishop here is not important. I mentioned that earlier, but because the position is closed, no time and no space for bishop rotation. So I like this knight a2, c1, d3. Movement with knight to prevent some e5, and probably giving more protection on the queen side. Yeah, we'll see. The next few moves could be crucial, probably to stop this typical idea knight c1, knight d3, because these types of moves are obvious for the opponent, and you telephone him, I'm coming on d3 and I want to control f4 and e5 square. So he knows, the opponent knows exactly moment when we will step on d3. Probably we will not lose any tempi for something else, and knight c1, knight d3 is a logical and obvious choice. No time for some other moves and distraction from this plan. And if white end up with knight on d3, he can control very badly the center, so maybe bishop f4 in the future, and gf4 or knight f4 completely okay for white. So basically black have only one choice to prevent this rotation, that is immediately that is the idea to immediately go with the g5, g4, making a pressure on the knight. But still, knight e1 will be available for white in that moment. Seems risky. So also psychology is really important. You need to evaluate your opponent to make a quality assessment about that. Is he brave enough, or his passive slower player with more preparation? And probably he will not take that risky type of moves like g5, g4. But we'll see. That is anyway logical sequence for the black pieces to continue with his pawn storm on the king side. More space for him, and that's it. But yeah, the counter, the help is coming, and counterplay is coming with idea and rotation, knight c1, knight d3. Anyway, I expect really interesting fight for the central squares, and I expect a very unclear fight in next few moves. Go young, go. Bishop h5 was played. As I said, preparation, and Jan will probably be fast enough to prevent that punching into the center. A very important piece is pawn on e2. Is important to stabilize f3 square, and some further rotation with knight d3, bishop f4 will be enough to stop very fast attack on the king side. Probably this bishop h5 is small in accuracy, because I don't see the bigger purpose for the bishop on h5, and probably he'll just stop the further progress for black pawns. So this
And
is
just in
like
between, I'm happy that I so far survived. Though again, I think he
yeah.
is better now, probably because of space. And I'm getting really tired. Some side note: usually I would sit here with like 1.5 liters of Coca-Cola, but I'm losing weight, so I didn't do that. And I noticed like 1 minute ago or so, my eyes were falling shut, if that's proper English. I don't know, but you know what I mean. So let's see how I will survive this. So I probably will start talking a lot, not to fall asleep, while, especially while he's thinking. Usually, when my opponent thinks, I'm kind of taking a little break. I know that's not too good, but yeah, so far I don't see major weaknesses on my side. He's probably already constructing a mating net somehow, which I don't see, but so far I think it's kind of okay.
Yeah, and
Who knows? Back
just
to
one
blind.
advice: take a break and take he's out. So anyway, it's it's okay to take break with to take some water, or just to walk a little bit, uh, 20-30 seconds to move a little bit thoughts from the position, to get maybe some different ideas and approaches. Also some sugar in these moments, of course, will be really useful for Jan, or something to give him instant energy, especially when he's tired. And that happens usually on the tournament when we have 2 rounds per day. So yeah, anyway, bishop h5 I think is a small inaccuracy for black. And also Jan share his thoughts about his thinking that he's slightly more worst in this position and passive, but actually this idea knight c1 will end up in good way for white, and I think this position is completely okay and correct for white. I believe this position is around equal, maybe just slightly better for black if he choose something radical like g5 f4 or some very fast approach. But I think he'll not do that because of his move bishop h5. He said his thoughts with a previous move, waiting and avoiding that g5, weakening himself on the king side. But that is the only way how to progress. If he don't do that, knight d3 and control over the e5, bishop f4, and standard continuation with b5, making a weakness on c6, giving some counterplay for white in the future. I think this will be good for white. We'll see. Oh, instant punch into the center. Now the fun starts here. The negotiations are finished and we have open fight in next few moves. So in this type of position, it's really important for us to make a right decision, to be 100% sure what is coming in next 3, 4, even 5 moves, and then to make a good evaluation about that position, what happens after as I said, 3, 4, sometimes even 5 moves. So direct approach to take on knight d3, or many interesting ideas for white. Also in this type of position, very nice idea is rook lift, and that happens after rook a3 to make even stronger our third rank, and for some reasons we can transfer our rook on the king side, bringing another piece into the fight. If Jan chooses something like knight d3, he will block that chance, but...
Hello, everyone. So,
Hello.
should I be worried about this? Let's go through the options. I take with a knight. He takes back. I take with a pawn. He takes back. And he has a nice pawn on the d file.
Okay, Jan is out. He's thinking. It's, as I mentioned earlier, crucial moment. Probably if I have white pieces, knight d3 is the most complicated move and most interesting move, or something like rook a3. But basically, when we start that path, knight a2, knight c1, we need to end up that on d3, and knight takes under control some important central squares, so we will have enough material and weapons to fight against black upcoming invasion on the king side. So probably knight d3 is the most natural move, and yeah, keeping this position basically really close to equal. Anyway, black played very normal moves and correct moves. Probably this is the best response with e5, opening the center and giving the more activity and more squares for some further rotations on the king side. I think knight d3 is coming, but let's see when. Also the time is important, but still it's okay. 31 minutes. If white pick a correct plan, that will be more than enough.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm thinking so much that Balin probably runs out of things to say. And sorry for that, Balin. And here I'm, well, not tilting, but I just cannot decide what to do. I'm thinking of knight b3. That would be kind of okay to get him out of the way. Also would like to get the queen on c1. Also like to play f h4, the knight h4, sorry, and then f3, but then the knight would be gone, so there are so many options, and I need to find the best way. By now I'm also thinking of just taking with the pawn, and after that playing knight d3, and I have no clue what to do. But I need to move. Time is running also. But if you don't know what is the best move, just better take some time.
I decided to take on e5, and when I calculate a little bit deeper, I realized that probably knight d2 and e4 is really dangerous. So maybe this was necessary. And now some trades follow up with rook a3 and knight d3. And I think white is still okay.
And what I of course didn't think about is he could now take with his bishop on f3. I retake and then he gets my pawn. Is a pawn up, but I have the bishop pair. And again, I have no clue if the bishop pair is worth a pawn, probably not. So, yeah, I didn't think of that.
So now the position is open more than the previous situations. The center is open, and so maybe that bishop pair means something for black, but structure is still very flexible for white and very safe for the white king. And now we will have that standard way to make rotation with the rooks. Rook lift, rook a3 is coming. That seems obvious. Oh, oh, Jan. Oh no, Jan. Probably he was scared because of bishop b2, but that doesn't mean a lot because of rook b3, bishop c1. He can take with the bishop, still have control over e2. Basically, I don't think this rook has any point on a2. That is a kind of slower and more safer move, how to say, but that wasn't necessary, and I believe the rook on a3 is much better. Usually when we have that rotation with the rook, we have that rook lift and we are going on the third rank because the pawns on are naturally on the second rank, and as you can see, only pawn on g3 is on the third rank, so we have full rotation. Like if we reverse the board, we can see the open file, open third file. So as you can see, rook a2 and the file is closed on the d2 or the fourth rank. If we reverse the board, so rook a3 giving more options, protecting g3, potentially vulnerable square after f4 progress for black. Anyway, knight d3 is very strong move, and I believe that is the move which will save the white position, giving space and time to make further rotation, activation for the rook from f1, maybe small pressure with the b5 move, and yeah, some further activities on the queen side. Also, in this type of position, when you are feeling pressure and when you are under attack, chess under fire, so basically we need to trade some pieces and reducing pressure from the opponent. In my experience and some middle games ideas telling me that situation with just two light pieces, especially with this natural house castle with the bishop on g2, that is really safe structure. And with two bishop in the future, for example, knight d2, queen d2, that position doesn't have any attacking potential for black. That is my opinion, and you can very nicely close the center with f4 or e3, putting the pawns on the dark squares, blocking the bishop on e5 and his diagonals. Anyway, f4 is also not available because natural move knight d3. So black is maybe slightly better because of space. Computer will give probably, I don't know, -5 to minus 0.5 or minus 0.7 for black, because he's striking first. For now, he can choose to just go back or bring the queen on f6 with rook a e8, helping progress to attack the white on the king side. But anyway, I think knight d3 is still enough to keep this position actually really unclear. Yeah, just a slightly advantage for black, but still unclear position, and both sides have chances to win this game. We'll see. Let's go, Jan. Pick a right plan.
Hello, sorry for interrupting again. And I now just noticed I don't think about what he's doing, I only think about what I'm doing now. So, what I was thinking about is knight c3, of course, and then to f4. And yeah, that's a better place for the knight. He looks not so happy at the moment, but I don't think what he could do. He could offer a draw, I would take it. So, just kidding, of course. I don't think he would offer a draw in this situation, of course, but yeah, I don't know what to say really. It's just, I'm still kind of happy. I don't know what Balin says, like, oh, Jan is in trouble, the game is basically over. I don't know, but at the moment, I'm kind of happy. Just breathe and happy that you survived so far.
Yeah, Jan is happy to survive
Yeah,
until.
yes, of course. If he brings bishop to c3, I wouldn't retake because of the fork with the knight. That's obvious, I think. Just wanted to let you know that I saw it.
Interesting forced move, bishop c3 or knight c3 because of fork. So one reason more why rook a3 was better. Anyway, that is how it is, and I think that knight c3 or bishop c3 is not deadly. In any case, if he goes with the knight, he has to take, follow up with the knight d3, and that knight on d3 will be crucial piece for the future and for our defense, uh, for white pieces. So still, as Jan said, he's still happy, and that is very important to feel that during the game to, okay, I survived, and yeah, just keep forward with rational choices and spend time. Spending time, it's also very important. Control the time till the end.
Oh, and I just found out that I need to watch out for queen on the e file, because if he gets both pieces out of the way, I have a fork on e2, the bishop, once I move my knight away. So that's something to think about. And I hope I don't forget it. Sometimes it really happens that I think of it, and 2 moves later I forgot, and boom, it's there. So yeah, concentration, of course.
Happens. Nice reminder by Jan. But yeah, that is a plus for the rook on a2 to control e2, and e2 will not be under pressure enough time to be worried. Anyway, rook e1 is, or bishop f3 is the way how we can easy protect that square, that pawn. just knight d3 is coming, and yeah, still unclear. Still unclear. Very, very cool position. Very cool game. I'm satisfied. Very important fact to realize that bishop c3 is not completely deadly threat, because you have bishop e1. That is the way how he can defend himself. So probably knight d3 is the best move, and if black goes with the bishop c3, even something like bishop f4 or bishop c1 is okay, because knight from d3 protects the b4 pawn, and still knight is the best into the center, so I don't see other option for white.
So I think knight d3 is too slow. So my current move that I favor is f3.
I hope in the last moment he will change his thoughts, and he need to play knight d3, because f3 forcing his opponent to take, and bishop c3 and b4 pawn goes down. Then he's gonna play knight d3, and yeah. So now the bishop pair is important, and the dark square bishop starts to be really strong and very active. With f3, Jan just closed his bishop. He opened the a7 g1 diagonal, and white king could be exposed. So it was probably one bigger inaccuracy, bigger mistake, first mistake in the game, where black have a clear path and easy choice to play knight d2 and follow up with bishop c3, and b4 will goes down. So this was not the
Again, I
best.
have to be real careful here, because if he goes bishop d4 check, I cannot defend with e3, because that would give him a free pawn, as I think he could just take e3 with the bishop. If I retake, he can fork me. But could I just play c2 then? Just such a wonderful game. So many things to think of, and yeah. If I look at the position, it looks like I'm under real attack, so we'll see how much longer I can survive. But I'm still already kind of happy with the game, because I've simply survived that long and didn't do a real mistake, I think, like last time. So, but again, Barlind, have fun and make fun of me if
Yeah, I'm
you feel
listening to
like
you.
it. That's perfectly fine. And I can only learn from it in a nice, happy, humorous way.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have the trouble again with Dutch defense. If you are white, yeah, if you are white, if you are black, all the time that Dutch defense is here. Yeah, Jan just turn off the mic because he thought I'll speak about the game. Anyway, I know he wants to be correct against on his opponent, and his calculation was not the best. So basically, after bishop d4, he can play king h1, baiting his opponent to come with the move knight f2, because after knight f2 he can take with his rook, and after bishop f2 e3, and that is the way how he can shut down the bishop. Maybe d4, yeah. So that is not easy decision. Probably he'll pick the e3, and maybe that is better move, because knight f2, rook f2, bishop f2, and d4 at the end will save the dark square bishop. Yeah, so as you can see, f3 was and now the worst nightmare, as I said, knight d2, just simple, and bishop c3, that bishop dominate on the board, and that is real trouble for Jan. Anyway, in one moment that knight will end up on d3 in next few moves, still giving some chances for white, but now it is obviously worst position, because black is pawn up and bishop pair. We'll see.
That is a nice move, I think, as I only have two options, take with the rook or with the queen. If I take with the rook, I lose the pawn, so I need to take with the queen. If I take with the queen, do I also lose the pawn? So rook, bishop c3, attacking the pawn. I cannot defend it, neither with b2 or d4. So if I take with the queen, he attacks the queen and the and it's the same thing, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think that I can defend it. Uh-oh.
Jan is still thinking, because it is always really tough choice what next. Probably much better move is to take with the queen, and after bishop c3, queen f4 doesn't work because of g5. Maybe it doesn't work because queen c7, rook f7 for black, and everything is protected. The queen is in trouble. So queen d2, bishop c3, and maybe the best move is queen c2, leaving us clear square d3 for his knight. So queen c2, bishop b4, knight d3, or rook b2, attacking the bishop, and maybe after a5, knight d3, some pressure on b4 square. That is the only way for Jan to activate a little bit his pieces. Everything else is really bad, and especially with a lower time and under pressure, I'm not sure how long Jan can survive this position. This this position is need direct responses and forced variation, if it's possible, to arrange some counterplay immediately, because after black consolidate his and organize his pieces, just bring the rook or connect the bishop and pawns, or d4 or check. Also c5 will be vulnerable, and bigger problem is coming for white. So very important is to calculate well in this moment. Queen d2, bishop c3, queen c2, bishop b4, knight d3, and maybe some chances after rook b2 to put some pressure. Oh no, yo, Yeah, after this, I believe the position just goes down, and probably after this move, I'll give the black something like -2. After normal natural plan, bishop c3, take on b4, c5 is hanging. I don't see the way how to organize the rook. Maybe after bishop c3, rook a2 is the best. But I'm not sure is Jan ready to play that type of moves. He will think that is so passive.
Hello, you probably see me somewhat devastated here. And I don't know, was it an easy tactic to see? Was I just too careless? I think too careless. When I played the German amateurs qualifying round for the championship of the amateurs, I had one game analyzed by a member of the national team. And she said, always think at least 3 plies ahead. And this was 3 plies ahead, I think, wasn't it? So I didn't do that, and my fault, of course. Yeah. Okay. So.
You hear the Jan reaction that lingas everything. So in this type of position, yeah, he's obviously under pressure, and one pawn goes down. So yeah, now it's the question how to protect this. The second c5, also e2 becomes so super vulnerable. So one mistake, f3. I don't know. We didn't.
Oh no! And now my super plan, of course, if he takes queen b3, he takes c5. I didn't take a look that it is chess or check. So yeah, so he will get 2 pawns actually. If I don't, yeah.
You hear that reaction? That is everything. Telling us everything. Usually try to, especially if you are playing over the board, try to avoid this type of reaction, because you will just help and motivate your opponent to attack you even stronger. So as I said, it's okay, maybe rook b3 and knight d3, last hope and last chance, but probably Jan will not see that idea with that is obvious, because if you don't see the 2 or 3 moves before, I don't think so you will change your plane and lose even one more temp if to move your rook to free up the square d3 for the knight. And yeah, this will be tough for white. I'm worried, but that is how it is.
Barland, and now, as you said in the interview with ChatGPT that we have as a video on the YouTube channel, you said food is your specialty, and I just want to let you know I'm getting hungry now too. Hungry, sleepy, angry. So probably 3 of the best attitudes to have here. Sorry for interrupting. Did I mention that I'm hungry?
Yeah, I mentioned that you cannot, when you are playing tournaments with 2 rounds, it's not possible to take lunch to be prepared for the game and to get some rest before the game. Uh, in this case, I can just imagine how Jan feels about that when he had a combo with three three missing three missing stuff. Yeah, he can eat something that is, of course, normal. He's not prepared, but he's still fighting. And yeah, still in game, and sleep will be rude for the opponent. So hold on, Jan. Try to give your best till the end of the game. Yeah, we'll see. Depends what black will choose. Will he run away immediately with his bishop? Maybe bishop a5 to keep this bishop alive, and b6 completely to trade that pawn, or he can just play a5. Maybe a5 is risky because of knight a2, and that bishop doesn't have a space. So probably the best move for black is bishop a5 to go back with him, rook f7, and slow pressure with the pawn and pawn up and bishop pair up. Maybe rook a8 also works. Jan shaking his head so much so that obviously telling us, oh, I'm in deep trouble. But in that moment, just try to keep poker face.
As he's thinking quite a long time, I think that the sign is still not over. And I mean, I'm a pawn down. Usually, I think at this rating that he has a pawn up is enough. Usually, but again, maybe he's tired too, maybe he's hungry too. I don't know. So I keep on fighting. And of course, I hope that Balint didn't fall asleep. So this could be also funny if you hear
I'm following
the
you.
international master snoring on stream. So we'll see.
I cannot sleep, peacefully because I'm watching this position and I'm just nervous and worried what is coming. Yeah, this. This is still interesting for me, and I didn't fall asleep, and I'm scanning your ideas, and I'm waiting the opponent response, because now is one of the crucial moments. If he chooses the peaceful, safe path to go back, probably in the future the position for white will be really ugly. If he picks some wrong move like a5 or some other ideas where he'll have some troubles with the bishop, then could be interesting, and white can find some counterplay. So I hope for that scenario where black not choosing the best and correct. Oh, did we solve this idea? I honestly didn't calculate something like this, but I'm not super worried about this move. Maybe this is the best move, but we'll see. Is black calculate correct about his next steps? So probably force move like rook b3. Yeah, he's coming, and now everything depends from the next move or next two moves maximum. We'll see. Will the choice for black will be queen d4, queen c5, queen d4, bishop c5, giving the pawn on b7. Anyway, some geometry. If he give a check and take on c5 after queen b1 and knight d3, some geometry giving some chances for white. So still so playable position for white. Not completely lost. Keep fighting, Jan. Good luck.
Hello. So
Hello.
basically two moves he can do here. That is a5 or bishop a5. And if I were him, would probably play a5. But I don't know. If he plays bishop a5, will I take with the rook? Because then he could bring rook f2 b8. And then if I take, he brings the a rook to b8 and has the file. So I don't know if that's worth the pawn. I think it is. Why not? Didn't think of this move, so let's see. Of course, I'm not thinking of a lot of moves. And Barland, I'm tired. Still hungry, don't like to drink because I think I need to go to the restroom otherwise. So again, the checks.
Jan
I
cannot
didn't check
complain
for
all
the
the
checks.
time.
So,
You must
okay, let's
fight.
go.
No, 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 I'm hungry. I'm tired, blah, blah, blah. Fight, keep fighting. He goes in the other mode. Yeah, I know queen d4, so it is obvious he need to play king h1. That is necessary, and some geometry after queen b1, giving me a hope for unclear game. But obviously black is better, and we'll see. Is it possible to reverse this ugly position as white? Jan still survive. Queen c5, bishop c5. The question is what is coming next. Anyway, many choices for black. Yeah, I know that is the next move, but let's see now what is possible. Can Jan find the unexpected rook d1 move, which give him some chances, or maybe change the way of this game? Let's find out in next 15-20 seconds or a few minutes, depends from the Jan. Whoa, unexpected chance. As I said, geometry and queen is the only protector for the bishop. So let's go, Jan. I hope you'll find that simple move, rook d1. The question is, can black find the interesting way to counterpunch this move with the bishop g6? Because queen f2 doesn't work, knight d3 is coming, and piece up for Jan. So this is the crucial moment. I hope Jan will spend 2 or 3 minutes to calculate some options and activities connected with this queen attack. So rook d1 or rook d3, or yeah. I hope he will not choose that materialistic approach, rook b7, because that is not enough at this position. Maybe he will be he'll be connected with the idea rook b7, knight b3, as I mentioned earlier, that geometry. Let's find out in next 10-50 seconds, or maybe few minutes. We'll see. I hope you enjoy this game. I enjoy so much. It's coming, it's coming. Yeah, I choose for that. And yes, rook d1. Let's find out what is coming and what is going on in this position. Probably the most energetic move. And good job, Jan, man. Keep fighting. I'm
I
going to
hope
take
for a
water.
perpetual here. So he loses his bishop, maybe otherwise. But maybe just my imagination now. I'm tired, sleepy, and this keeps me up way more. I wonder what my heart rate is now. I think it starts to get up. So, what's his options here to defend the bishop? So, he needs to move away with the queen. One option, of course, is c4. If he goes c4, I go c3 with the rook. Then, if he goes f2, I will simply go f1 again. And Yeah, then he has to go back again and back and forth and back and forth. So maybe this is perpetual. I would be happy. And maybe there's something else what I don't see. And I don't know about the proper behavior here. So if you do it like twice, can I just offer a draw? Or will I just have to wait until he does a threefold repetition then?
How you feel, Jan? Are you still tired and hungry and
Wait. What happens if he plays bishop g6? Attacking my, then I just take. No, I cannot take his. Oh, oh. Yeah, see? Oh. So if he goes there. Oh.
notice these options for black? And now this is the crossroads of the game. Probably every other move uh, leading black in some type of troubles and losing pieces. Piece on c5, and only this move, bishop g6, lead him directly in some serious advantage. Yeah. At the end, it's really bad feeling because we doesn't have the opportunity for e4 move because of en passant fe3, still keeping that pressure on the queen. And yeah, that is something what doesn't goes well for white in that position. So yeah, it's tough decision on Jan. Will he continue with some normal queen d2 or knight d3? Anyway, all these moves are not enough to make some balance and to have decent chance to save this game. I think the game is not, the game is lost from this moment. We can see Jan falls rate. It's telling us a lot. He oscillates with the decision what next, and yeah, this could be a cool idea if.
Oh man, Barland, I have no clue, and I'm so super scared. I was thinking about taking with the rook from d1, maybe, but yeah, one nice thing would be queen to f2, and then there's the threat of e1, of course, and I cannot go anywhere, so I need to take care of that back rank. And now I just moved. Time is running. I have no clue what's happening. But it's a very nice game by now. I mean, I'm 2 pawns down, but still I like it. And still I don't think that it's lost already. So I keep on fighting a little longer. Sorry for making this so long. And
Just before you
yeah,
go,
again, tired, hungry, sleepy. And
stop
the good
it.
thing is, if tired, hungry,
Just
sleepy
before
is
you
gone,
go,
I'm probably a
I'm
better
really
player, and I think this is not too bad. So, well, we see. And we'll see is the word of the day. I don't know how often I said it. I probably, every time I pass over to Barland, I say we'll see. But yeah, we will really see. Okay, that's sorry for now.
yeah, he's out. Anyway, I'm proud how he played this game and how much time he spent in some crucial moment. And probably I will I will play the similar moves in many situations. Some of these moves like f3, rook a2, I complain about that, but that is normal, and maybe lack of experience in this type of position, and maybe some possessive wish and this inception, what next and what he wants, cost him few moves and time, so he end up in some difficult position, but still he's fighting really well, and I'm really proud. Many traps he put on the opponent's shoulder. For example, this move knight d3 is, yeah, last trap for the opponent. If he take with the bishop, I think he's still losing a piece after rook b d3, and queen needs to stay connected with the bishop. Queen f2 doesn't work, rook f1, queen is trapped, and queen b4 doesn't work because of rook b1 and queen a5, still enough for black. Yeah, it's difficult position, but Jan fought really well for now, and he showed me that he's capable to play longer game on 1 hour plus 30 seconds for the player that is especially in late on night, so over 2 hours he's playing, as he said, long day. So yeah, it's difficult, but anyway, very good level, and I'm actually satisfied to be here with him tonight, to give him support and have a good time analyzing and watching this game. Yeah, this position is probably very tough after bishop b6. So the last precise move, which gives black decent advantage. The last hope is what is going on and what will be with black queen, because in one moment we'll have some discover attack with the knight, also if be possible, some queen c1, rook b4 is coming with a small amount of activity for white, maybe some chances, but everything is in black hand, and he is in driver's seat in this position. So many actions and future moves depends from black response. Whoa, I saw this option for black, but I wasn't completely satisfied with this move. I think this move could be really dangerous because of the way how we can affect on the black queen. So maybe in next few moves white can arrange some trap for black queen, and that is the last hope. Otherwise, of course, black is 3 pawn up, and that seems more than enough for him. What to suggest for Jan? Ugly pinned everywhere. The knight is pinned. The rook on d1 is hanging after some queen b2 rotation or something. Queen b1 maybe is correct. Bishop is hanging in that case. Still really tough. We'll see. Maybe the last chance is rook b1, threatening to take with the queen bishop, and later queen b2. Last chance and hope to catch the queen with the idea rook b4 and rook a1 later. So maybe queen b2 immediately, but not immediately. Yeah, maybe that is the best move. Queen b2. Queen b2, and if black goes with logical idea bishop b6, then we have something like rook b4. Still not enough. Queen a5, rook a1. Yeah, it's okay. And we can catch the queen. So that is the last chance for white. Everything else is slower and without perspective. Queen b2, last hope. And if, as I said, if black goes with a normal bishop b6, no, it's not possible. Rook b4 is not, that is not possible. Rook is hanging on d1, so yeah. Probably rook db1, queen b2, and then oh, what? I hope he's just tickling his rook. I hope he will not play with him. Move the mouse. Oh no. Grandpa move, as I like to say, after these slow moves, and yeah, simple solution like, oh yeah, I cannot find something better, more concrete, and I will just be satisfied with that to take the pawn on f4. I'm really sorry to say that, but it's not enough for white, and I think after this he's losing any chances to make any serious resistance further. So bishop d6 or bishop b6, still 4 pawns on the queen side, just push them with a bishop pair, maybe
Yeah,
bishop
with him being 3 up, I think I could basically give up now. But I keep fighting a little longer, and again, the old saying, we'll see what will happen. And Balint, I will of course ask you in this position, would it be okay to give up here or just try? I don't know. I don't know what Chet thinks.
We are fighting
So,
till the end.
no clue.
So no need to resign this position. Just play, keep fighting till the end. It's never too late to give up. So even with this in this position where you are obviously worst and you are struggling a lot, you will learn the way how to maybe find some chance and stay active or find some compensation. Just keep fighting, and that's it. Maybe you will, who knows, we will see for that 10-15 moves maybe. It's, as I said, it's never late to resign, so just keep fighting. So there is just one rule for the beginners, especially for the kids. They have a very the kids have a strong energy and they are fighting till the end. That is the way of process, and that is how we are learning the best through that fight and struggling in some positions where we are suffocate to. Still, this is a different color bishop, which well known that is well known position in chess. They active till the end, and maybe you'll have some chances to attack the opponent king. Yeah, this is the way. Bishop h3, it's okay. So just activate your pieces, trying and expected some bad decisions from your opponent, giving you some chances. Also, in this position earlier, maybe with the bishop on g2, I will recommend for Jan to push the e4 pawn, e2 pawn to e4, to, if it's possible, to make a pass pawn. That is the last chance for him. Maybe some activities. Imagine this pawn on e2 to step on e6, so he's a needle in the opponent position, and he's preventing some rotation, giving us a hope to make some promotion. This is different way. Usually is okay to put the pawns on the dark squares when the opponent have dark squares, bringing the king, for example, on f3. In this case, the problem is 3 pawns down on the queen side, and that is what will make a serious difference. Anyway, f4 is not a bad move. Giving more space for the white king.
Oh, guys, and here I'm so curious, like, am I only wasting time, or is there still a chance? I don't think it is, but I don't want to hear afterwards, like, Jan, there was no chance. So, of course, there was a chance. Sorry, of course, that, yeah. But anyway, I really liked the game, was kind of okay. Need to bring in the king. The king belongs to where the action is. I mean, this is probably an endgame. I still don't really know. Also, when does I mean, I know when the opening ends, but when is really the transition from middle game to end game? So I need to learn that, of course, too. And here, I think, no, better don't think, Jan. Okay, we'll see. Yep. Yeah, I think more or less my rooks are tight. He has way more pawns, can just start moving, and I'm done. Yeah, there he goes. Chuck. Very well placed. Bishop, of course, too. So, of course, I cannot flag him too. Yeah, so there's nothing I can do. I don't see anything. Yeah, once he has the pawn there, I'm simply, well, I can I? We see, I just go here. But then he takes the bishop. So I should have done this. Should have, could have, would have. So I just go here.
It would be really interesting if...
Wait, I can take the pawn, can't I? Take. At least one pawn for me, so... Is that the best way to go? Why not? Boom. Haha, because of the bishop, yes. Thank you, bye-bye. Oh my goodness. So congratulations, Dan-Jon.
No,
Very well done, and what a lovely game.
No, Jan.
Chaka. So let's see.
Hello, can you hear me?
So Barland, I can hear you. Hello, how are you?
it was such a wonderful game, and I'm ah very, very badly shocked after your resignation at the end. You fought 2 hours,
Uh-huh.
and at the end you just resign. So basically, if we will
Uh,
um, give some good advices for the future,
yes, please.
I will just for the resignation for you will be forbidden for till the end of the time.
Oh,
So
really?
play.
Oh, have never thought of that, Barland. I thought really like,
No, you
Jan,
will
you're three
resign.
pawns down, just resign and we all can go to
Yeah,
bed.
but
So,
you stole
mm,
just one
mm, mm,
pawn in the
mm.
right moment, and you actually get some counter chances, very nice counter chances after this rook d4. So bishop
How?
c3,
Wait a second. How? I,
bishop c3, rook d8 check.
Bishop c3 rook d. Ah, haha, Barland. Yes, you're right. Oh no.
And if he goes king
Yes. Mm,
h7, you will have
mm,
some chances on the light squares. Basically, you played bishop d7. I
uh,
thought you will play king f2 and you want to resign to blunder the bishop, and that's it.
uh,
But never give up. And you fought really well.
oh
Many in the
no.
multiple situation, he found
Uh,
amazing move bishop g6. He saved chances, and now,
uh,
for example,
uh,
just bishop c3. Okay, you are giving a check.
mm,
And imagine if he played rook e8, bad move. You will trade the rook. You will take on b7. The game is draw. And basically, you just transfer that psychological advantage in your on your side, and later king f3, e4, e5, push the pawn. Who knows? Maybe win the game. So
Balin, really?
you still. So let's analyze.
Ah,
Just
ah,
just short. I know you are tired, but basically
yes.
that's the point. After two hours, almost 2.5 hours of really good fight, you are showing a last chance to maybe fight for something
Yeah.
bigger. Maybe
Okay.
not. Maybe that is not.
Ah, Barland. Oh, Barland.
So
Ah,
that was a chance. That was a chance. Let me
yeah, I
let me
didn't see it
arrange.
at all.